start with the let's continue with the unit 3, that is form and event handling. So in the previous video we learned what are events and how to handle those events. We studied two types of events, keyboard events and mouse events with its example. So here in this video we'll study different form objects and elements and how to manipulate those form components and elements. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. So, form objects and elements. So, your website contains various objects, right? So, very first object that you see on any of the website is your window object. So, window object basically contains the HTML document called as document object. So, this document object have several important functionalities, and most commonly used functionality is your write method. With the help of write method, you can display any message you want on your browser. See, like you can write document dot write, and inside the circular bracket in double quotes you can write any method, any message that you want to print on the browser. So this is basically use of the write method. So first is your window object. Inside window object is your document object, and then write is basically a method of your document object. So one can omit the use of window. Okay, you can directly there's no need to write window dot document dot write. You can directly write document dot write method. It is allowed. Okay, so so basically, form is placed on a document, and form objects are stored in an array called as forms. That is, one website consists of multiple forms, right? And they appear in the order in which the forms appear in the document. Okay. So they are referred by their index or either by their name. Okay. So form can be how are they referred by index? We'll see. So each form can be referred by using index of form array. For example, suppose we want to refer second form, then we can write document dot forms. In square bracket we write 1. That is, index always starts from 0. Okay. So form 0 is your first form. Form in square bracket 1 is your this for second form, and form in bracket 2 is your third form. So with the help of index we can refer the form, or form can be also referred with the help of its name. So for example, if a form has name form1, so that we can refer this form as document dot forms dot form1. That is, we are referring the form by its name. Okay, so there are two ways for referring the form, either by its index or by its name. Okay. So let's see a program where we can refer to a form element text and display the value in the text box. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, let's see the example. So following is a program in which we can refer to a form element text and display the value inside the text box. So what we are going to do, we are going to take two components inside. We are going to take a form. Inside a form, we are going to take two components. That is, we are going to take a text box and we are going to take a button. Okay, so on click of button, we are going to call a function. Okay, so whatever we are going to enter in the text box, that that will refer and use it for displaying an alert. Okay, so see, I'll show you the output first and then we'll move on to the code. So this is your output. Enter name is a caption of your text box, and inside the text box you can enter any name, and when you click on a button you will get an alert that you have entered the name, and whatever name you are going to enter in your text box is going to be displayed. So here we have entered Parth. So you will get an alert that you have entered the name Parth. If you type, for example, Raj in that text box, So on click on the button, you will get an alert. You have entered the name Raj. So what are we doing over here? So what are we doing over here? We are retrieving the value of text box and displaying it in your alert message. Okay. So let's see. So what we have done, we have created a form within the body tag, body section. Then we have taken basically two elements, that is text field and button. Then text field we have given the name of text field as username, and on button click we have triggered an event on click. And this event can be handled using function name my function. So my function is defined in head tag section. So this function refers to a text field value by a statement. Okay. So now we'll see the code. Okay. Okay. So first tag used is doc type HTML tag. Then your HTML tag. Then the head tag is used. And inside the script tag. Okay. And inside the script tag now, we have defined a function my function. Then we have given an alert that you have entered the name. In double quotes, we have written you have entered the name. Now we want to retrieve the name that is entered inside your text box, right? So whatever name you are entering in the text box, you want it inside your, you want it to be displayed inside your alert at runtime. So what are you going to write? Alert in double quotes, you have entered the name, then close the double quotes, and how are you going to display it? So plus, so document is your first object. So document dot forms, then your form name. So what is your form name? Name of the form we have given as my form. So my form dot, what is name of your text field? The name of the text field is given as username. So username dot the value. That is the value you want to retrieve the value inside your text box. So document dot forms dot my form dot username dot value. So here document is your main object, then is your forms. So document dot forms, then the name of your form is my form, then dot the name of your text field is what? Username. So username dot the value inside the username. So dot value is given. Then close the script tag, close head tag, then open body tag. Now we are going to design a form. So form, name of the form is, name is equal to what is given? My form. So my form. Then write the caption as enter name. Inside that, after that caption, you have to you want a text field. So for text field, the code is input type is equal to text, and the name of text field is given as username. So that username we are going to refer while retrieving that value. Okay. So then we have taken a button. So input type is equal to button. Value of button is click me, and on click event we have used. So that is on the click of that event, we have called the function my function. So what happens in the output? Then close the form tag, close body, and close HTML tag. Now, what happens in the output? First of all, enter name is the caption. So you will enter some name inside your text field. Then when you click on the button, that function will be called and it will give you the alert as you have entered the name, and whatever name you have entered, that you will get over there. Okay, I hope the code is clear to you all. Now let's move on to the next code. Next is what? Changing attribute value dynamically. So basically, it is possible to change the attributes of form elements dynamically. Dynamically means what? Dynamically means at runtime, not inside the code. When you get the output, you can change the elements of form over there. That means what? During the form filling process itself, you can change the color or font of a text field. You can change the color or font of your text field. This dynamic change does what? It helps the user to notify the important changes in the form fields. Okay. So we'll see the example. So what we are going to do over here, we are going to use the on change event over here. And we are going to change the background color of your, you are going to text two fields, two text fields, okay, and one button, okay. So when you are changing the value of your this text of your roll number and name, see, I'll show you the output and then we'll go on to the code, okay. So see, the output is given over there. We have what is your form design? First of all, we have taken two text boxes, enter roll number and enter name. So, so your roll number is given as 101 and name is given as path. And you have a submit button. Okay. So whenever you change your roll number and whenever you change on the name, whenever you change the name in your name text box, the color, background color of your text box is going to change to pink. Okay. Okay, so we'll see the code how we are going to change it at the runtime. Okay, so see, first tag is doc type HTML, then your HTML tag, then the head tag is given over there, then the script tag, then function name is what? Change me. Function name is change me, and we are going to pass in argument over there. That is ELE is the argument you are going to pass. Okay. Then ele dot style dot background. Okay. So style dot background is basically used to change the background. Background is equal to pink. Okay. Then close the script tag, close head tag, open body tag. Inside body tag, we are going to take a form. So form, name of the form is given as my form. Then we are going to take two text field. First is enter roll number. Input type is equal to text. Name is what? Roll. And we are going to use on change event over here. So on change is equal to, we are calling the function change me. So change me in bracket this. Okay. Then break tag. Then the second text field we are going to take over here. Enter name. Input type is equal to text. Name we are going to take as name. On change is equal to change me in bracket this. And lastly, we are going to take a button. Input type is equal to submit and value is equal to submit in order to submit the form. Close form tag, close body and close HTML. So whenever you will enter any roll number or name inside your text box, some change is going to occur, right? So whenever you enter a roll number or change a roll number or name in that text box, the background color of that both the text box is going to change to pink. Okay. So I hope this code is clear to you all. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So next topic is changing option list dynamically. Okay. So option list dynamically, I've already taught how to create an option list, right? Like how to create a radio button, right? So what we'll do, we'll create a option list and we will change it dynamically. So option list basically does what? It represents the list of one or more than one items which can be chosen by a user, right? That is your this option list. Okay. So now here what we are going to do, we are going to change the contents of the option list based on some category chosen, right? So we are going to basically take three categories, that is fruit, flower and color. And we are going to categorize, if we choose the fruit category, then we are going to get a list of option list of fruits. If we choose flower category, then we are going to get the options of flowers, different flowers. And if we choose the color category, then we are going to get the this options for color category. Okay, let's see the code and output. Then it will be clear. Okay, so this is your output. You have three categories over here, and you are doing what you are changing the option list dynamically at runtime. So three categories we have taken. First is fruit, second is flower, and third is color. So if you choose the fruit category, you are getting the this option list for fruits. That is three options for fruits you have: mango, orange, and banana. You can choose any option. Then is your flower category. When you choose the flower category, your option list is changing to flowers, different flowers. See the second output. See, so you have three options over here, rose, jasmine, and lotus. You can choose any option from it. Okay, so your option list is changing to flower. Now, third category is color. If you choose the color category, then your option list will change to colors. So, three choices you have, red, green, and blue. You can choose any one of them. Okay, so here we are changing what? You are changing option list dynamically at runtime. Now, let's see the code, how it is done. Okay. Okay, let's see the code. First is your HTML tag, then is your head tag, then is your script tag. Okay, so function my selection in bracket, we have passed one argument to a function as val. Okay, val. So with document with inside the circular bracket, you will write document dot forms dot document dot forms dot my form. If val argument we have passed over there, so you will get, you are giving the value over here. If val is equal to 1, that is we are taking three categories, right? That is for fruits, then this fruits, flowers, and colors. Okay, so if val is equal to 1, then your choices will be of fruit. So choice 0 dot text is equal to, here we are giving three options in your this fruit list. Okay, so choices 0 dot text is equal to mango, choices 0 dot value is equal to 1, then choices 1 dot text is equal to orange, choices 1 dot value is equal to 2, choices 2 dot text is equal to banana, and choices 2 dot value is equal to 3. Okay, so if your value is 1, then you will get this list. Okay, if val is equal to 2, now we'll have flowers. So choices 0 dot text is equal to rose, choices 0 dot value is equal to 1, choices 1 dot text is equal to jasmine, choices 1 dot value is equal to 2. Then choices 2 dot text is equal to lotus, and choices 2 dot value is equal to 3. So these are what choices for your flowers. Okay. Now if the val variable has value 3, then you will have the third category, that is your colors. So choices 0 dot text is equal to red, value 1. Then choices 1 dot text is equal to green, choices 1 dot value is what? 2. Choices 2 dot text is equal to blue, and choices 2 dot value is equal to 3. Okay, then we are going to close the if, then we are going to close the with statement bracket, and finally the function we are going to close. Close script tag and close head tag over here. Okay. Next, now open the body. Now we are going to design a form inside your body tag. Now open the form tag, then write in H4 we have written what? Select the desired category. Then close your H4 tag. Then open the form tag. Now we'll design the form over here. So form, name of the form is what? My form. Then radio buttons we are taking, right? So input type is equal to radio. Name we are given as items. Checked is equal to true, value is equal to 1. So on click is equal to my selection, this dot value, this dot value. Okay, that is when we click on this option, this value will be selected. Then close the tag and write it as fruit. That is your first category is your fruit. Okay, so and by default we have checked the first category, that is fruit. Then your second category, input type is equal to radio, name is equal to items, value is what? 2, on click is equal to my selection, this dot value. That is when you click on second radio button, your selection should be the flower category. So close the tag and write down the caption as flower. Then input type is equal to radio, name is equal to items, value is equal to 3. On click, my selection in bracket this dot value. Then close your input tag and write the caption as color. So these are your three categories. Now we'll write the sub choices for all the three categories. Okay. So first we'll write the choices for fruit category. Okay. So select again, we'll create your option list over here. Select, first we have taken what we have taken, three radio buttons, and for each of the three radio buttons, we have created an option list. Okay. So first radio button, select name is equal to choices. Then option value 1, option value is equal to 1 what? Mango. Option value is equal to 2 is orange. Option value is equal to 3 is banana. Then close your first select tag. Okay. Then close your form tag, close body and close your HTML tag. Similarly, the options for flower and color will be created. Okay. So this is your output as I explained to you all. Okay. I hope this code is also clear to you all. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this one is evaluating your checkbox selection. So what are we going to do over here? We are going to take a checkbox and we are going to select one or two items from your checkbox, and we'll retrieve that checked items and we'll display it in the alert box. Okay, we'll take one variable and we will display it in the output. Okay, so we'll first see the output. So basically, it is a simple technique which we can display the names of checkboxes that are selected. So let's see the output first, then we'll go to code. Okay, so now see, there are basically you have created a checkbox where you have four options and you have taken a button over there. Okay, so four options are red, blue, green, and yellow, and choose color is the button over there. So once you check, you can check any items you want. So I have chosen two items, that is red and green, and when I click on choose color button, I will get an alert that what you have selected, whichever items you have checked will be displayed over there. Red and green I have selected, so it will display you have selected red comma green. If I select blue and green, that is, if I check blue and green, I'll get the output as you have selected blue comma green. Okay. So what are we going to do over here? We are actually retrieving the checked values of checked choices and we are displaying it in the alert. Okay. Now let's see how it is done in the code. Okay. So evaluating checkbox selection. So first tag is your doc type HTML, then your HTML tag, then your head tag. Then open the script tag. Function name is what? My function. Where str is equal to you have selected. In order to display that, I have taken in str what you have selected. Okay. Then with document dot forms dot name of the form is what? My form. So my form in the curly bracket, if red dot checked is equal to true, str plus is equal to in double quotes red. If blue dot checked is equal to true, str plus is equal to in double quotes, I'll write what? Comma and blue. If green dot checked is equal to true, str plus is equal to in double quotes, comma green. If yellow dot checked is equal to true, str plus is equal to in double quotes, comma yellow. So, and close the if statement. That is, at runtime, whichever checkbox you check, that will be displayed. Then alert str. Okay. So it will display you have selected and whichever string you have selected, red, blue, green, or yellow, that will be displayed. Okay. Close script, close head, open body. Inside the body, we are going to create a form design. So in H3, you will write select colors of your choice. Okay. So form name of the form is what? My form. Input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal to red, value is equal to red, and caption is red. Then break. Second option is blue. So input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal to blue, value blue, caption blue. Then third is for the green. So input type is equal to checkbox, name is equal to green, value green, and caption green. Similarly for yellow. Okay. So four options we have created in the checkbox. Now create a button. Input type is equal to button, name is equal to color, value of your button is choose color, and here we have used on click event. So on click of the event, the function will be called, and function will retrieve what? Function will give you have selected string, and any of the color you have selected will be displayed over there. So this is your output. So you will check whichever color you want. You will click on the button, choose color, and you will get an output. You have selected whichever color you have selected, you will get it in the output. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide. Next slide is basically changing your label dynamically. Okay. Label means what? Label is basically the name for your element, right? Form element, right? So we can change the label of any form element dynamically, and the same element can be used for multiple purpose by simply changing the label of your this label of that element. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to take a button. We are going to take a reset button, and we are going to change. See, I'll show you the output of a code. Then you'll get to know how are we going to change the label. Okay. So this is your label. So this is your reset. We are going to take a reset button, that is fruit button. We are going to take as reset button, and we are going to create a option list for that label. Okay, for that button. Okay, so we are going to create two option list, one for fruit and one for flower. Okay, so when you when the fruit is your label, you will get the list of fruit. When you again click on the fruit reset button of the fruit, the label of the fruit is going to change to flower, as well as your desired categories of fruits is going to change to flower. Okay, so you are going to take a in the form design, you are going to take a reset button, and you are going to create a option list. Okay, so for label of your so first label of your reset button is fruit, and you will get a list of fruit. Once you are done with choosing the fruit, you'll again click on that fruit reset button. When you click on that reset button, the label of it is going to change to flower, and you will get categories of flower. Okay, so this is how it is done. Now let's see the code of it. Okay, so first is your HTML tag, then the head tag, then the script tag. Function is my selection, and you have passed the argument as well. So with document.forms dot name of the form is my form. So my form. If val is equal to fruit. So you have two labels, fruits and flowers. So if val is equal to fruit, you will write button underscore label dot value is equal to flower. And now you are going to create an option list for flower. Choices 0 dot text is equal to rose. Choices 0 dot value is equal to 1. Choices 1 dot text is equal to jasmine. Choices 1 dot value is equal to 2. Choices 2 dot text is equal to lotus, and choices 2 dot value is equal to 3. So for button label value flower, this is going to be your option list. Okay. Now, next, if val is equal to flower, that is, if your reset button's label is flower, then this is going to be your list. So, if val is equal to flower in bracket, button underscore label dot value is equal to fruit. So, choices 0 dot text will is equal to mango, value is equal to 1. Similarly, for the two options, that is orange and banana, we are going to create a choices. Then close your if condition, close your with condition, and close your function. Okay, then close the script tag, close head, open body tag, and we are going to design a form over here. So select the desired category. Form name is equal to my form. Select name is equal to choices. So option value 1 is equal to mango 1, option value 2 olive is equal to 2 orange, option value 3 is equal to banana. Then close your select tag. Then create one button over there, reset button. Input type is equal to reset. Name is equal to button underscore label is the name of your button. Value is equal to fruit. On click, we are going to call the function my selection, and in bracket write this dot value. Okay. Then close the form tag, close body, and close HTML tag. So I hope the output of this is clear to you all. Okay. So that's it in this video. Thank you.